laying here in the hospital with lots of pain meds on board to help me with the unfortunate pain that's been going on in my tummy. I got admitted since I was vomiting blood and losing blood out of my tube site, and they're gonna see about my heart and my TPN and all that stuff. So hopefully this hospitalization is productive compared to recent ones, but this is just part of having gastroparesis and short gut, is living in hospitals and dealing with things that you don't necessarily want to deal with, like, all that and, all this. But I am lucky. I've got my lime green bandana, and I've got lime green end caps on my lines that represent awareness for gastroparesis, and also like GPACT, which is more than just gastroparesis. It's like for people like with other motility disorders, like what I have, like short gut and pseudo-obstruction and all that kind of stuff. And it's just really something that I really want to make aware to people, because so many people don't know what all this stuff is, and they don't know how serious it is and how hard it is, and how you take for granted that you can eat every day and that you don't get sick and that you don't have to stay in the hospital and you don't have to have surgeries and tubes and IV lines and all that, because you're healthy enough to eat. And I took that for granted for a really long time with my anorexia. I was I was lost in a disease and I couldn't eat. I tried to eat, and I failed. And I, by the grace of God, was able to find recovery, and unfortunately it happened a little too late, and I was already very sick with gastroparesis and short gut. Well, I wasn't diagnosed with short gut till later, but it was there, and the gastroparesis was there, and I went through a lot of surgery, and I lost most of my stomach, and kind of never really enjoyed food again after my eating disorder because I was so sick. And I wanted to try all those foods that I had been so afraid of for 8 years, and I just couldn't, because I couldn't tolerate it. And now honestly, my goal is just to survive. I want to see my son grow up and see 30, and just have energy to be up and around and get some color back in my face. And I'm scared of the transplant that they're talking about. I'm scared of a lot of things, but for tonight, I'm grateful that I am here and that I am in good hands with some great nurses, and I have people who really care about me, who are praying for me and looking out for me, and all of you, I thank you very, very much. So, let's all remember to raise awareness for gastroparesis and short gut and all the other diseases that GPAC represents with motility disorders with your stomach and intestines. And always, as always, I'd like to say a nice reminder for those of my friends that are struggling with their eating disorders and still with these things. Recovery is possible. There is light at the end of the tunnel. I was in the darkest place that I could possibly imagine. Attempted suicide, woke up in this hospital in the intensive care unit, and I am here and I am in recovery with a baby, and I might be sick physically but free mentally, and I have God, and I am really just trying to enjoy the grace that I've been given by surviving. And every day, I just think it's good to survive. And with that, I'm beeping, and I will thank you all for your support right now.